Hello and welcome to Hardline Rugby, the channel focusing on rugby in the Americas. My name is Stuart and today we are focusing on the new Eastern Conference in Major League Rugby. Now, unlike the Western Conference, 3 of the teams have played in Major League Rugby before, but the other 3 teams are all the new teams to the competition. As these 3 teams are all new, I'm going to be looking at them more in an overview kind of way, because while they may have the same goal in mind, they have some interesting players in each of their squads. The Free Jacks, like the Patriots, will be playing their games in Boston, Massachusetts. And with a New York team in the sport as well, I guess we have another rivalry on our hands. Red Sox, Yankees, Patriots, Giants, Free Jacks, Rooney. The most prominent new sign is Kensuke Hatakeyama, a forward who played for Japan as recently as the 2019 Rugby World Cup. Atlanta is a state that is obsessed with American football. So when the Super Bowl finishes, now they have a new team to look forward to, in the form of Rugby ATL. Signings like Matt Heaton have shown that this team is definitely capable of putting in a good few run of games. The problem is that they're facing some incredible opposition. But good opposition makes better players, which means a better game for everyone to watch. The capital of the United States finally has its first professional rugby union team. Now, there are a lot of names that I could mention in this team. There are a lot of players from overseas who have come to play. There are lots of players from Major League Rugby that have transferred into this team. But there's one name that outshines them all. Tendai Matawara, otherwise known as the Beast. The South African World Cup winner from 2019 has made his way across the Atlantic and is now playing in Major League Rugby. Now, as these are all expansion teams, there's not a lot of history for them to go off, so I've said they all have to make the playoffs. After all, the last 2 expansion teams made the playoffs. The problem is, they want to make the playoffs again, and there's another team that needs to make the playoffs. NOLA Gold were indeed the gold standard for teams in Major League Rugby of 2019. Well, at the start of the season at least. An unfortunate run of losses towards the end of the season meant they were chasing the spot that they should have had earlier, and unfortunately missed out on the playoffs by 1 point. Therefore, the Louisiana-based team's focus will be to make the playoffs this year. New York took the 4th spot in the playoffs last year, and that's really down to a run of bad losses towards the end of the season. They, like NOLA, did start off pretty well, but it was those losses towards the end that just cut the rug underneath them. They did play a great game against San Diego, but ultimately they should have finished higher in the table. However, for 2020, they have a new French flavour about them, a certain je ne sais quoi by the name of Matteo Bastareaud. New York's minor goal for this season is one that everyone says that they want to do, but they need to beat Seattle. The only Canadian team in the league so far. Toronto have had a pretty mixed start to the season last year with losses and wins and lost and win and lost and win. But once they got home, they put on a 7-match unbeaten run, leading them all the way to 3rd and into the playoffs against Seattle, and we all know how that went. However, with signings including Toma de la Vega, there was a clear focus to bring the MLR Shield to the Great White North. In order to do that, however, they need to beat the one team they didn't beat in 2019. Toronto, as their mini goal, have to beat NOLA Gold. And those are all the teams in the Eastern Conference. And will you look at the time? It's just about the start of the 2020 Major League Rugby season. Are you new to Major League Rugby? Maybe you need a team to follow. Maybe choose one of the 3 new teams, or choose one of the teams that have already established themselves. Heck, may as well follow Seattle. After all, they're the only team that's won the thing. But before you go, please remember to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification to stay up to date with all videos released on Hardline Rugby. As always, my name is Stuart, and thank you for watching.